Hey guys, Sean Reddy, Keller Williams Reddy Group, aka Stats Geek. Sean, we're going over what is happening in the greater Denver metro real estate market. Easy for me to say, right? For the weekly stats, these are next level, next gen stats, essentially, almost predictive analytics brought to us by our friends at First American Title. Let's dive into the numbers. So the first number that we look at every single week is the odds of selling column here. So odds of selling, simple measure between supply and demand. You can see where this number started the year below 50% and has steadily crept up to as high as almost 67%. And we've seen a little bit of a decline in the weeks since mid-April. We're at 64.2% as of the week ending May the 9th. Not a big drop from the week before, yet a drop nonetheless, and certainly something we'll continue to monitor. Uh, why that number went down is because we saw the average daily active listing count go up. It's been on an increase for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and the number of new listings reached a 2023 high. 1,326 listings hit the market within the last week. We also saw 251 contracts fall apart. That is almost the highest number that we've seen in a week since the start of 2023. We're going to skip over expired and withdrawn listings, go to pending sales here. You can see where we started the year. This is the amount of homes that go under contract on a weekly basis. It's been up over 1,100 now for 4 straight weeks to 1,163 this past week. Number of closed sales dropped significantly from the previous week. The last week of the month is when we tend to see the most closings. So that's kind of a natural drop. Plus, we look back at 4 weeks ago. What was that, 4 or 5 weeks ago? We saw the lowest number of contracts in a couple of months. That was Easter week. So low contracts that week leads to 4 or 5 weeks later, lower number of closings. Moving forward, predictive month supply. This is another measure of supply-demand relationship. Tells us that we stayed at 0.8 months supply, meaning if nothing new hit the market, and given the current sales pace, it would only take 0.8 of a month for every home on the market to sell out. We would need just over 30,000 homes to instantaneously hit the market just to reach equilibrium between supply and demand. Total number of showings last week remained above 15,000. You can see the week of Easter, the week after Easter, that dropped down pretty significantly to start of the year levels. And since then went to 17,000, so a little bit of pent up demand there. 16,000. It's been on the decrease or decline every single week since then. So yet another thing to watch. Showings per active listing reached the lowest numbers it's been in a few months. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry, in about 6 weeks since Easter week. Only 3.6 showings per listing. That number had been in the fours for several weeks already this year. Average number of showings to get under contract dropped to 13. And that is actually, the third lowest week of the year. So the average listing went under contract after 13 showings. Check this out. Median days on market. This represents the median days on market for the listings that went under contract last week. Only 6. That is the low of the year. Sorry, moving my face around here. You can see that started the year at 43 and has been on the decline ever since. I should say not the lowest of the year, second lowest of the year, tied for second lowest of the year. But it's been in that 6, 7, 8 range for a while now. This is the percent of homes that did a price drop last week. 20% of the active listings dropped their price. 77% remained the same. The average price drop last week was $37,000, and that represented a 4.7% decline or decrease in those that did drop their price last week. So, purpose of these videos is to let the viewer know when the right time may be to enter the market, whether you are selling a home, buying a home, or selling a home to buy a home. And we hope this is helpful and informative. Thank you for watching. If you like this, make sure to do all the YouTube things, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you next week.